Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spring 2024 Texas Tech University Commencement Exercises. Please join me in thanking the Texas Tech Commencement Band and conductor Dylan Francis, Doctor of Musical Arts candidate in Wind Conducting, School of Music, for their contributions to this afternoon's ceremonies. Now entering the United Supermarkets Arena, the Mace of Texas Tech, the symbol of the university. The mace is carried by Dr. Roger McNamara, Associate Professor of English, College of Arts and Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated and welcome the May 2024 graduating class of Texas Tech University. Entering the United Supermarkets Arena, degree candidates from the Graduate School. The banner bearer is Shane White. Now entering the United Supermarkets arena, the faculty banner. The banner is carried by Dr. Babu John Meridas, Associate Professor of Marketing and Supply Chain Management, Jerry S. Rawls College of Business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the faculty of Texas Tech University, led by University Marshal Dr. Darrell James. Now entering the United Supermarkets arena, the stage party, led by University Marshal Dr. John Kreider, Chair of the Convocations Committee. The platform party includes Abigail Vega, Student Government President-elect, Carol Bonner, Staff Senate President, Dr. John McNaughton, Faculty Senate Representative, Dr. Comfort Pratt, Teaching Academy Representative, Dr. Yahia Meshrif, Horn Professor, Dr. Joseph Heppert, Vice President for Research and Innovation, Dr. George Iber, Interim Vice President of Campus Access and Engagement, Dr. Ryan Litzy, Associate Dean of Libraries, Dr. Sean Cunningham, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Clifton Ellis, Interim Associate Dean for Research and Innovation, Tommy J. Huckabee College of Architecture, Dr. Robert Cox, Associate Dean of the Gordon W. Davis College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources, Dr. Mark Sheridan, Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Ted Mitchell, Chancellor of the Texas Tech University System, Dr. Ronald Hendrick, Provost of the Texas Tech University, Dr. Jesse Perez Mendez, Dean of the College of Education, Jerry Lynn Burkhart, Honorary Degree, Regent Pat Gordon, Texas Tech University System, Mark Griffin, Chairman of the Board of Regents, Dr. Lawrence Skuvanek, President of Texas Tech University.
Would you please rise and join us in the singing of our national anthem, played by the commencement band, conducted by Mr. Dylan Francis, and sung by Cesar Velez, who is receiving a master's degree in music this weekend.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Lawrence Skubanek, President of Texas Tech University, and I'm pleased to welcome each of you to this, the May 2024 commencement ceremony for the Graduate School. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Chairman Mark Griffin, who will give the welcome on behalf of our Board of Regents.
Thank you, President Skubanek. I want to welcome everyone today to Texas Tech University in the United Supermarkets Arena. I bring you greetings from the Texas Tech University System Board of Regents, and I welcome each of you to our beautiful campus, and I congratulate the parents and other family members and friends who join us today. This is almost an intimate gathering today. Typically, we will have the chairs full. There'll be between 900 and 1,000 graduates under most of our undergraduate degree programs, and we'll have, I think, 3 or 4 more of those graduations today. So this almost feels like we're in each other's living room, frankly, comparatively speaking. But it makes the occasion no less important or significant or sacred. You are a unique group of individuals who've decided at some point in your undergrad career that you were going to take another step or two. And you finished what you started. Let that be a lesson in life for all of us. And if we can set that type of example, it has profound effect and impact on all that we touch. We finish what we start. For the parents today, I want to say, and the friends, the family, I want to thank you. We invite, we recruit, we encourage these graduates today to come to this university, to cast their lot with Texas Tech. And on behalf of the board, and I've got one of my colleagues, Pat Gordon, with me today, we want to say a collective thank you. We ask you to spend a lot of money to come here. We take a risk. You take a risk on us, we take a risk on you, but we need to make sure that that return on that investment is a well-educated, well-prepared person of integrity. And folks, what I present to you today fit the bill. I also have to tell you, parents, supporters, today may be the first day that you get a raise, quite frankly, if this is the end of it. And that in and of itself is reason for celebration. But we're here to celebrate these graduates for their willingness, their determination. You're here today, and that speaks volumes to your determination and your grit. And I know you're excited about this day. You are, to some degree, some of our first our COVID graduates, if you will. You were in the throes of that, probably during your undergraduate or as you were moving through your master's or PhD programs, and you stayed hitched. You persevered. There's another life lesson there. But as you leave Texas Tech, I think the longer you're away, the more you're going to understand and realize and appreciate the little things that make being a Red Raider so very special. And you're also going to understand the ramifications of a real-world application. I'm not sure many employers today recognize spring breaks or extended summer vacations. So there's a dose of reality that's headed your way. If this is the stopping point, if this is the culmination or the close of this chapter. But great days are ahead of you. I'll tell you this. If I'm going to leave you with a charge today, it will be this. From this day forward, this university and this system will be judged and defined and characterized and valued by you. How you employ your skills, how you treat your co-workers, the integrity in which you act in your profession. That person went to Tech. They're ready to go. They're well prepared. We're going to be judged by that. And guess what? We're ready to stand right next to you and say, we are going to apologize for nothing with these individuals. They're not going to take a back seat to anybody. You got a world-class education, and you're ready at this stage in your career to embark on a new journey of achievement and I think to a large degree significance. Don't waste the opportunity. In many ways, the words that I started with are the ones I'm going to finish with. This is a chapter. This is a jumping off point. This is a launch pad to something greater. But make sure you finish what you start. You're making us proud today. You're going to make us even prouder as you leave this campus. Please don't forget about us, especially if you're successful. Keep us in mind. And I love that. I love the words of the school song, especially strive for honor evermore. You do that. Not only will you be rewarded, but this school in which you invested in will be proud and will know that we got a great return on our investment. Congratulations, graduates. Go Tech.
Thank you, Chairman Griffin. Now I'm pleased to introduce our student speaker. We asked students graduating this spring to reflect on their experiences as Red Raiders and to share what it means to them to graduate from Texas Tech University. Our speaker today is Hannah Seidman, who is graduating with a doctoral degree in experimental psychology.
Thank you and good afternoon. Growing up in the Midwest, I'm ashamed to admit I had never heard of Texas Tech. I discovered the university during my search for top social psychology PhD programs to apply to, and was extremely impressed when I learned about TTU's research output, opportunities to teach, and project funding. On the day before my interview in February 2019, I scraped ice and snow off my car to drive to the airport. When I landed in Lubbock, it was 75 degrees and sunny. I had a pretty good feeling about this city right away. As I struggled to stuff my now unnecessary winter coat into my carry-on bag, a stranger in the airport immediately offered to help. I realized that Southern hospitality was no myth, but in fact very much alive in West Texas. This friendliness and generosity have been consistent throughout my 5 years at TTU. When my first advisor left academia, my department and new advisor took me under their wings and ensured my academic success, on-time graduation, and post-grad dream job. Lubbock has taught me the joys of two-stepping, college sports, and Texas-shaped waffles. While Texas has broken my heart a few times in the past couple years with removing funding for DEI programs and restrictions on bodily autonomy, I have had the privilege of watching Red Raiders. Thanks. I have had the privilege of watching Red Raiders exude resilience in the face of these hardships through the radical acts of support, protest, and love. During the pandemic, the Texas Tech community came together to provide education and mentorship through a computer screen. We owe a lot to our professors, students, administrators, and staff for helping us to persevere and achieve our educational goals through an extremely difficult time, not just for TTU, but the world. We also owe thanks and gratitude to the many people who have helped us along the way, our advisors, family, and friends. I'd like to thank my fiance, my advisor, my parents, my sister, my grandmas, and my extended family and friends for your constant support and confidence in me throughout this challenging journey. I'd also like to thank all of your mentors and loved ones for their help in bringing us to this moment today. From my time at TTU, I'll always have fond memories of studying with friends in the library, watching the Carol of Lights from Memorial Circle, and meeting my life partner at a graduate school event. Texas Tech will always be a big part of my life story, and it will always be a part of yours as well. We all have a forever connection to Texas Tech University and to each other as Red Raiders. When friends and family ask me, what even is there in West Texas? I laugh and say, there's home. There's a university filled with intelligent, hardworking, friendly people. There's Texas Tech. Graduating from TTU to me means that we get to be part of that legacy. We get to represent Texas Tech wherever we go. I'm proud to be representing this school along with you all, the class of 2024. Congratulations, from here it's possible.
Thank you, Hannah. Mrs. Burkhart, would you please come forward? Where is she? Oh, there. Okay, yeah. Our commencement ceremony today is particularly memorable as we will confer an honorary doctoral degree. The award of such a degree not only recognizes the achievements of the recipient, but also does honor to our university in that this distinguished individual becomes a permanent part of our institution. Jerry Lynn Burkhart has been a champion for the autism community for nearly 4 decades. Her passion was fueled by her grandson, Colin, who was diagnosed with autism in the late 1980s, a time when there were little resources for families or educators. Her experience with Colin inspired her to become an advocate so that no other family or child would face the same challenges. Over the past 20 years, her work has transformed into the Burkhart Center for Autism Education and Research at Texas Tech, named for Jim and Jerry Lynn. Since 2005, the Burkhart Center has increased the quality of life for individuals with autism and their families by providing services, preparing educators, and conducting research. Mrs. Burkhart, the Board of Regents of Texas Tech University System is pleased that we are honoring you for your exemplary public service and your many contributions to Texas Tech. Therefore, in recognition of your professional achievements, your exemplary public service, and your many contributions, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the Texas Tech University System, I confer upon Jerry Lynn Burkhart the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Here's the camera. Okay.
Some of our graduates, faculty, and staff are wearing camouflage stoles. The individuals wearing these stoles have served in active duty in our armed forces. With the graduates, the faculty and staff, and members of our audience who have served in the military, please rise so we may recognize and thank you for your service to our country. Thank you. Graduates, it's a pleasure and a privilege to share this occasion with you, your parents and family and friends that are here. Congratulations to each of you and to your families. I and our faculty and staff find inspiration in your achievements and your personal qualities. As graduate students, you've demonstrated tenacity, personal motivation, curiosity, and a love of intellectual pursuit. All of us at Texas Tech want to thank you and your families for choosing to come to Texas Tech and entrusting us with this opportunity to be part of an important period in your life. While this chapter of your life as a student comes to a close, another begins, one with great possibilities and opportunities. You leave Texas Tech with much more than a degree. You take with you friendships and a special relationship with mentors and other students, relationships that will forever be a part of your life. You have memories and a bond to this place that adds a richness to your life now and which will be even more meaningful with each passing year. And regardless of what the next phase of your life or professional career may entail, I encourage you to be a lifelong learner. Maintain your intellectual curiosity. Learn from others. Learn from your success and learn from your failures. Texas Tech graduates who have walked this stage before have set a high bar, but I have no doubt that you will add to the legacy of this institution. That's what Red Raiders have been doing for 100 years. Our world needs more Red Raiders, and I know you are prepared to make a difference in this world. As you leave this campus, you do so with the skills and the qualities that reflects a Texas Tech education, but also the special culture of the Texas Tech family. A family that is characterized by an unpretentious nature, an exemplary work ethic, a can-do attitude, pride, and individualism. Remember that Texas Tech will always be your home. Return to campus when you can and tell the world with pride that you're a Red Raider. To the class of May 2024, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes for success. And always, go Tech.
We'll now proceed with the conferring of the degrees. Would all of the degree candidates please rise? Degrees are awarded to those individuals who have successfully completed all the requirements established by the university and by the faculties of their colleges and departments. President Skuvenek, these candidates are recommended to you for the conferring of their respective degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Texas Tech University, I confer upon each of you the degree for which the Provost has recommended you. Congratulations. And now at this time, would you please stand for the singing of the Matador song, which will be led by Quinn Shelton.
Please be seated. We will now proceed with the recognition of individual graduates. Graduates will meet their guests outside once their name is read. Thank you all for your attendance and participation in the Spring 2024 Texas Tech University Commencement.
We will now recognize some of our graduate students who will be receiving master's and doctoral students. We'll have others at the 7 o'clock ceremony. We'll begin by recognizing those students have received or will be receiving their doctoral degrees. These students have spent years researching, innovating, and creating to improve and enrich the lives of individuals, communities, and make tremendous economic impact in the United States. By tradition, these candidates will be vested with the hood, which will be presented by their major advisor, which symbolizes a special relationship between the major advisor who directed the research and the student. Following the recognition of our doctoral recipients, we will recognize those students who are receiving master's degrees.
Dr. Shane J. Birkeland White, hooded by Professor Courtney Myers, Graduate School banner. Dr. Hannah Rachel Snidman, hooded by Professor Amelia Talley. Dr. Todd Robert Bollinger, hooded by Professor Lou Densmore. Dr. McKinley May Salazar, hooded by Professor Amanda Brown. Dr. Mojgan Atashi Gozal Abasafolfa, hooded by Professor Yahia Meshrif. Dr. Palin Yang, hooded by Professor Yahia Meshrif. Dr. Mazen Gamal Abdelgawad El Said. Dr. Michelle Janae Jorns, hooded by Professor Dimitri Pappas. Dr. Hongji Jian, hooded by Professor Huazhong Shi. Dr. Yao Tang, hooded by Professor Guigan Li. Dr. Max Arthur Kirschenbaum, hooded by Professor Katie Cortez. Dr. Jeremiah Leach, hooded by Professor Ronald J. Kendall. Dr. Hyo Sun Kim, hooded by Professor Michael Massett. Dr. Carly Mary DeYoung, hooded by Professor Miranda Scolari. Dr. Nicholas Andres Garcia, hooded by Professor Keith Jones. Dr. John Hunter Green, hooded by Professor Branimir Segvich. Dr. Frank Vincent Bellizzi, hooded by Professor Mark R. Stoll. Dr. Joel Thomas Webster, hooded by Professor Sean Cunningham. Dr. Mohammed Mirab Uddin Chowdhury, hooded by Professor Angela Peace. Dr. Nusrat Tabassum, hooded by Professor Amanda Lobmeyer. Dr. Ahmed Ali Abbas Karkash, hooded by Professor Mahdi Sanadi. Dr. Gore Artsvik McCurchian, hooded by Professor David Lexian. Dr. Andrew Joseph Cosper, hooded by Professor John Bosterine. Dr. Daniel De Jesus Roman Zuninga, hooded by Professor Idoia Ilola. Dr. Eric Christopher Camarillo, hooded by Professor Michael Ferris. Dr. James Henry Stewart, hooded by Professor Michael Ferris. Dr. Daniela Beatrice Merloz, hooded by Professor Rebecca Rickley. Dr. Morgan Dawn Aguilar, hooded by Professor Laura Fisher. Dr. Ginger May Orton, hooded by Professor Laura Fisher. Dr. Margaret Ashley Rogers, hooded by Professor David Lover. Dr. Vincent Joseph Mayazi, hooded by Professor Benjamin Powell. Dr. Samantha Nicole Barker, hooded by Professor Jared Lagaco. Dr. Kara Michelle Page, hooded by Professor Kamal Sawatu. Dr. Henry Chakuma Duru, hooded by Professor Kamal Sawatu. Dr. Allison Garrett Navas, hooded by Professor Kamal Sawatu. Dr. Christine Elise Rudd, hooded by Professor Nicole Anderson. Dr. Akila Sarish, hooded by Professor Catherine Simpson. Dr. Shan Wong, hooded by Professor Glenn Ritchie. Dr. Garrett Dustin Langlois, hooded by Professor Richard Stevens. Dr. Betsabe Gonzalez Salcido, hooded by Professor Dusty Palmer. Dr. Jillian S. Howard, hooded by Professor Dusty Palmer. Dr. Jeffrey Leahy, hooded by Professor Dusty Palmer. Dr. Susan Ann Mesmer, hooded by Professor Dusty Palmer. Dr. Susan Henderson Natopsky, hooded by Professor Dusty Palmer. Dr. Danielle Cabrini Trevino, hooded by Professor Dusty Palmer. Dr. Cadoria Ivory Burgess, hooded by Professor Irma Almager. Dr. Erica Lee Gruber, hooded by Professor Irma Almager. Dr. Stephanie Edelmira Mendoza, hooded by Professor Irma Almager. Dr. Oscar Sebastian Sarasti Miranda, hooded by Professor Madahermia De Amin. Dr. Heidi McDonald Smith, hooded by Professor John McNaughton. Dr. Gregory Lee Moats, hooded by Professor Lee Doomer. Dr. Patricia M. Johnson, hooded by Professor Loretta Bradley. Dr. Jeremy Blake Mallory, hooded by Professor Loretta Bradley. Dr. Serena Lee Shade, hooded by Professor Loretta Bradley. Dr. Audrey Elizabeth Zatopek, hooded by Professor Loretta Bradley. Dr. Natalie Joy Davis, hooded by Professor Heather Greenhall Spencer. Dr. Timothy Kirk Evans, hooded by Professor Yonghee Kim. Dr. Monica Christina Fonseca Williams, hooded by Professor Faith Mena. Dr. Stephanie Nicole Welch, hooded by Professor Jing Wang. Dr. Brittany Jean-Marie Shaw Williams, hooded by Professor Rosa Chavez. Dr. Claudia Silvestra Lozano Macias, hooded by Professor Rosa Chavez. Dr. Brittany Elise Matheny, hooded by Professor Jessica Gottlieb. Dr. Amanda Kathleen Tremaine, hooded by Professor Alexander W. Weissman. Dr. Caitlin Fenner Moss Winham, hooded by Professor Alexander W. Weissman. Dr. Krista Marie McBrien, hooded by Professor Hugo Garcia. Dr. Sarah Barron Lundgren, hooded by Professor Stephanie J. Jones. Dr. Megan C. Ullman, hooded by Professor Stephanie J. Jones. Dr. Shelley Ray Elbert Duke, hooded by Professor Robin Locke. Dr. Roxana Davia Kidd, hooded by Professor Robin Locke. Dr. Summer Jessica Gibson, hooded by Professor Rona Pogrund. Diana Uwala Abote. Carter Ashley Unger. Brelyn Baldwin. Malvika Narayan. Daniela Navarro Verdugo. Haley Rose Bell. Price Salazar Bigham. Alyssa Nicole Bolin. Mohammed Jamal Hussein. JC Paige McKinney. Olivia Perez. Jennifer Renee Spots. Isabel Jeanette Meza. Jessica Charlene Pittman. Zachary Taylor Tukowski. Yves Valentine Jr. Jacob Tyler Harris Vaughn. Kaina Noel Bullard. Mohammed Yahya Abdali. Jordan Daniel Beal. Yeon Chen. Lydia Danielle Ferris. Jared Thomas Fisher. Marnie Ann Getchell Reeser. Yido G. Kelsey Paige Kistner. Rabia Shukat. Bayrama Sukatova. Jingwon Vivian Wong. Luis Eduardo Abrales. Jordan Ashley Fagley. Kennedy Lane Maddie. Amanda Bianco. Elizabeth Christina Holschler. Teresa Helena Bertica de Meon. Imade June Omorji. Ashish Kumar Banik. Adam Jacob Burrow. Maria Luisa Cullum. Michael Parker Lewis. Kaylin Quinn Mankey. Adi Azkan. Arup Ratan Paul. Ariana Dolores Johnson. Virginia Marie Rodriguez. Stephen Scott Shahan. Mandy Cherry Van Hoy. Odunayu Festus Hilaisemi. Jennifer Louise Califoot. Nia Trong Tran. Jacob Stephen Ansira. David Alexander Bowers. Blessing Modupe Omoleri. Charisse Renee Price. Michael John Thomas. Abel Ujagbi Agmamenghi. James Allen Osborne. Emmy Grace Sneederjohn. Abby Rose Cowley. Brianna Garcia. Rebecca Elizabeth Levingston. Letitia Loya. Rochelle Marie Manson. Gavin Blake Monroe. Salem D. Smith. Logan Webb. Benjamin Russell Doan. Peyton Olivia Hintz. Nusat Zaran Jared. Karis Ann Betson. Madeline Grace Evans. Isaac R. Alvarez. Aubrey Samantha Azanaro. Jacob Scott Hamer. Mackenzie Marie Hare. Mia Danielle Height. Yo Sang Kim. David Limon. Colby Chase Newman. Jan Joseph Salvador Rolyoki. Haley Marie Schur. Anton Joseph Sims. Catherine Elizabeth Southall. Morgan Nicole Beetler. Emily Diane Franklin. Nathan Fox Holtman. Yashu Bashek Lanke. Hunter Owen Covey. Jonatul Ferdas Emma. Andres Horvath. Thalini Madhushani Karnasina. Tessa Nicole Aragon. Alexis Nicole Arguello. Selena Brianna Ayala. Abigail Grace Billingsley. Gailey Cook. Megan Christine Cooley. Skylar Rose Foley. Gabriela Elise Garcia. Kimberly Cantina Handley. Margie Nicole Lopez. Sarah Elizabeth Courtney. Shivani Satva. Zoe McDonald. Maddox Elizabeth Miller. Dorothy Maud Ruoff. Marissa Sorolla. Malaysia Leon Spain. Crystal Marie Stanley. Rebecca Jo Mullen. Jack Trevor Gallard. Sydney Paige Albers. Kendall Gale Catching. Callie Jo Feltman. Samantha Alita Gibbich. Maylee Jo Herring. Kaylee Jane Lemons. Jashu Elias Lewis Mita. Dayton Dale Wood. Ashlyn Marie Heinrichs Twist. Rachel Dina Mittman. Jeremiah Devonte Neal. Alexandra Nicole Salinas. Yasmin Zaib Khan. James Jenner Okun. Sergio Andres Vasquez Jr. Hari Krishna Athota. Sydney Matea Bowman. Nadira Jacqueline Espinoza Rock. Haley West Feeback. Ashley Noel Hanratty. Dalton Jacob Line. Alexander Keith Norwood. Rodrigo Miguel Portillo Arison. Rivali Reddy Chincharpu. Newton Frederick Kamel. Rafael David Martinez Gutierrez. Hari Pritham Reddy Narpala. Molly Dunn. Daniel Ramirez. Tuidor Rahman Anik. Nasir Ali Khan. Pridaman Bajwa. Surendra Gautam. Natalie Louise Starich. Sarah Aline Fonville. Chasetti Delena Rains. Omar Acosta. Christian Alejandro Alaniz. Courtney Shane Andrews. Sergio Arredondo Jr. Juanita Priscilla Avila. Colin Michael Ayers. Trevor Declan Bulger. Jose Luis de los Santos Jr. Catherine Ann Edwards. Timothy Alexander Estrada. Tyler John Glass. Jacqueline Rose Herbine. Jason Wiley Higgins. Cole Alexander Isaac. Ronald Patrick Kelly III. Nathan Glenn Kendrick. Kyle Lawrence. Thomas Kevin Justice Mindheim. Carla Marisol Moncayo. David Allen Nelson. Matthew Alvin Phoenix. Michael Glenn Pratt. Viviana Janet Quesada. Jacqueline Reyes. Emanuela Akaya Takchi. Salvatore Joseph Taranto. Morgan Lynn Thomas. Timothy Dakota Tipperosh. Alexis Nicole Valles. Chance Logan Wells. Jacob J. Wiesner. Roberto Elias Zuninga Sr. Natalie Gordillo Cadena. Nancy Carolina Klinich. Fatima Montserrat Nadzan. Laura Zamaron. Nicholas Ian Bueno. Tabitha Carolyn Carazales. Amy Michelle Chapman. Laura Israel Croson. Alyssa Marie Hill. And Vita Kotha. Parker Davis McKay. Kier Joshua Arana Monteverde. Lauren Avery Moore. Amy Nguyen. Cameron Ronald Ray Sanders. Allison Lisbeth Sessom. Benjamin McAllister Stanzel. Nafisha Tabassum. Chloe Elise Woods. Micah Celeste Berkelman. Jamie Diane Dixon. Elena Nicole Dunn. Anna Kathleen Fitzsimmons. Ruben Gonzalez III. Kenneth J. Hofer Jr. Alyssa Marie Marino. Megan McCain. Stephen Joseph Sanchez. Abigail Ines Soto. Alexandra N. DiTucci. Abigail Elaine Fletcher. Brooklyn Marie McKinney. Kevin Potter. Chandler Rose Putman. Amanda Jo Ann Richardson. Clayton A. Smith. Andrea Agnes Diane Cooper. Melissa Ann Glidewell. Cindy Karina Griffin. Taylor Adele Herrera. Renee Jasmine King Rivera. Julia Elizabeth Cooper. Ashley Price Orlando. Brittany Gail Walsh. Ever Aroka. Caitlin Marie Gebert. Christopher Adrian Samaniego. Davion DeAndre Silas. Erica Coronado. Victoria Ludovina Jimenez. Stephanie Boucher. Courtney Lynn Drossick. Macy Hope Hart. Aisa Andrea Huerta. Ashley Nicole Kalkaki. Maurice Alice Melton. Jillian Lee Nedrud. Ashley Ann Parton. Rochelle Nicole Picone. Kirti Pocarol. Jasmine Joy Robinson. Taylor Nicole Shamasco. Jana Danielle Taylor. Christine Marie Wirt. Glenn Giovanni Fernandez Cespedes. Gabrielle Ryan Holloway. Madison Lyrae Westfall. Austin Aranda. Oluwatune Tolupe Dada. Anna B. Fernandez da Silva. Victoria Sierra Foster. Carly Faith Hagen. Ashley Michelle Heron. Ashley Ann McPherson. Eric Dwayne Monroe. Lauren Madison Swindle. Hirva Sunil Kumar Bayani. Ravali Gopaldas. Mahitha Mohan. Jacqueline Valerie Tumarin. Hannah Anbalgalan. Abayome Tobe Dansilu. Rangoli Anand Daktark. Madhu Babu Jasti. Lila Samantha Jones. Chinyer Vivian Ogubu. Anjani Shri Marapali. Sakshi Anand Patwardhan. Banu Teha Tadibona.